Every developing society, especially those that have strong demographic growth, are subject to shocks, whether domestic shocks or external shocks, whether environmental shocks due to climate change, for example, political shocks due to changes in society, health shocks as well, and we've seen the Ebola crisis. The question is whether these societies have the capacity to sustain these shocks and to keep their development process going. And what development aid tries to do is increase the resilience of societies, its capacity to deal with the shocks and go beyond. 3 examples. The Ebola crisis was typically a crisis of a health system in Western Africa that wasn't capable of managing a pandemic. That had risks of repercussions worldwide. And what development aid tries to do is strengthen the capacity of the systems, the health systems, to deal with such crises. A second example of resilience is the resilience of villages in northern Cameroon faced with Boko Haram's insurgency. Boko Haram is a violent movement that tries to recruit young Cameroonians to join the combats. AFD has been financing public works projects to give opportunities to the young people, not only in the short term, but also connecting it to professional training programs so that they have opportunities, options, legal options in their own villages, and that they're not attracted by Boko Haram, who actually pays them to join the insurgency. A third example of resilience, which is of a different nature, is the reducing the risks of exposure to climate change. AFD finances projects in Congo, draining programs, but also weather reporting programs that try to anticipate severe rain conditions, and finances the infrastructures so that the city is not exposed to sudden increase of water levels. These 3 examples, Ebola, the response to Boko Haram, and reducing the risk of exposure of Brazzaville to climate change, shows how development aid can increase the resilience of societies faced to shocks and vulnerabilities.